Hello, all. It is Jeanette the Oracle. Welcome to Oracle Talks. I'm definitely on later than I originally intended to. I thought I would be on a little bit earlier, but we are still here. I definitely wanted to jump on and provide some guidance today. I'm going to first get some general messages, and then depending on time, again, because I've started late and I don't really have a lot of time, I will then also hopefully get messages from that water dragon energy that showed up last time. So there's that. Welcome to everybody who's coming in. As you come in, say hello, hi, whatever. Let us know your name, where you're joining from, if you're sipping on anything. I just had my last little bit of water here. I've been in Spirit Council for the past couple hours, so already finished my tea and everything. Yes, hello Latvia. I think that's the first time I've seen Latvia in the house. Welcome. But I'm joining from sunny Southern California. We finally got another break from the rain that we have recently, so that's nice. All right, but let me jump right into these messages, see what is coming through for us right now. Obviously, of course, we have the new moon in Pisces that's dropping. You want to dive into the astrology specifically, you can check out the March 2024 astrology report that you can find on my on the blog page of my website. So you can go to innersunalchemy.com and click on blog, and you'll see all the entries there. If you're watching on Instagram or YouTube, Instagram, you go to my link in bio. If you're watching this on YouTube, whenever I get this up there, you can just click on the website and check that out there. So, hello, Alicia from New Jersey. Welcome, welcome. Yay, glad you'll check it out. Cool. So, let me get these messages for us. My goodness. All right, Nine of Swords. The Sun card. Welcome to folks coming in. Say hi as you come in. Let us know where you're joining from. If you're sipping on anything yummy, eating anything yummy. Again, apologies for when I'm coming on. I thought I was going to be able to get on a few hours earlier, but Spirit had to speak. All right, Four of Pentacles. And then King of Pentacles. And here at the center of the deck, we have Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. All right, so again, Nine of Swords, the Sun, Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords in the center. So topic of discussion is this Nine of Swords energy. Nine of Swords is a tough energy because normally, because it can talk about a lot of mental dissonance, stress, anxiety, going through all of the loops around certain things. So it's not a fun card. It can relate to like headaches, migraines, things like that. Not feeling like fully settled in the body, etc. So it can be on the negative side, very disorienting. Also on the negative side, it can talk about spiritual warfare. So if that is something that's coming up for you, please make sure, especially because we are in the dark days of the moon right now, to do whatever you need to do to cleanse your aura field, do your spiritual baths, use crystals, sound, whatever that is. Whatever your spiritual practice is, to keep your field clear. And if you feel clear and you just still get some of this darker energy, then incorporate also some protective practices as well. But on the positive side of things, this can also relate to an evolution of consciousness, because a nine is an ascending energy, and this is Mars in Gemini. And Gemini, of course, is the mind. So it's going to talk about a higher mind, higher consciousness, being aware of and connecting to other spiritual energies. So On the negative side, it could be negative energies. On the positive side, it could be, beneficial energy. So it really is going to depend. Another thing that Spirit is wanting me to bring to the forefront is this can be a lot of revisiting your beliefs about certain things. Why you come to certain decisions that you come to, when it comes to possibly decisions about what's going on in your life right now, about what's coming for the future, about what's being let go of, and kind of unpacking all of that and really seeing what's at the core, seeing where you might need to go farther, deeper, higher, etc. So it's a lot of activity, but it seems more internal / spiritual energy than anything else. It's I'm not getting external stuff, but when I expand the spread, I'll see. Now, the action to take in regards to this is the sun. So the sun does talk about blessings and protection, joy, enthusiasm, motivation, all those kinds of things. Oops, button. The boobage is boobing. That type of stuff. So, actively, if it's on the negative side with that Nine of Swords, actively stealing your mind with, books that uplift you, with affirmations, journal prompts, music, things that really help you to get a control of your mind, to bring focus, to provide direction, right, and what you are focused on and looking at. Now, if it's talking about the negative side of spiritual things, this would definitely be like put your protective practices in place so that you stay protected, essentially. But that it's there. Now, the sun also does represent your true nature, whereas the Nine of Swords would be the mind that is maybe getting distracted or pulled a lot into the material world. Obviously, there are a lot of things that are pulling at us right now. But as I was mentioning earlier in my Lightworker Incubator group program, because this is something that came up, we're not new to this. We're not new to the chaos. We're not new to revolution, liberation. We're not new to creating new things. We're not new to letting people, places, and things go. We're not new to it, right? We are masterful in it. So we have to remember that we actually are coming from this space, and we need to bring that energy to things that may be inducing mental unsteadiness. Now, with the Four of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here, Four of Pentacles represents the past energy, so that is a lot of groundedness and stability. It can also talk about restriction. So not really having a lot of wiggle room, the ability to possibly move as fast as you like to move into something new, maybe not having the amount of resources that you would prefer. Four of Pentacles is very much you have you can take care of your needs, but there's not necessarily resources for wants. If there are, it's like a little bit, but it's really like needs are the thing. If you even look at these various discs, the needs are the big ones, these little ones are the wants. So even if they're there, it's like you get a little bit of a reprieve, but resources aren't for for balling out per se. I believe last time, it might have been the second Oracle Talks from last week's row of 3, we had Six of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles coming out. And I remember addressing that about how we might have, because the past energy was a 10 of Pentacles and right now was more of a 6 of Pentacles in the environment. And feeling that loss or that difference may be, again, potentially creating that Nine of Swords vibe. But regardless, we're still taken care of. But we have to make decisions again from that King of Pentacles place. So long-term consequences of our actions, regardless of what we are feeling or thinking. What we do, how we show up, what partnerships to person, place, or thing that we're engaging in, what actually is in alignment with our soul rather than our circumstances, which of course is easier said than done. But what is nice right now is, especially with the Queen of Swords here showing up, the intuition is strong. Our soul is speaking very clearly. And if there's honestly going to be any kind of challenge, it's going to be, taking the time to settle in and listen, even if it takes a lot more time than you would prefer, or a lot more time than it used to. If it's taking more time, it's an indication of how much is shifting, right? Because things that can happen quickly, right, that don't have as much stakes connected to them, like obviously intuition and sitting with spirit doesn't take that long, but when it's really comprehensive, like we really do have to sit with things for a while. So give yourself grace in that process. The process is going to happen regardless, but we have the control that we have over our experience of the process. So give yourself grace to have a different experience. That's what I'll say to that. All right, so I've expanded the cards. The additional cards I have out are Two of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Princess of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Empress, and then Eight of Wands here in the center. So big things are going. We have three major arcana here. Our action is the Sun card, but we are sitting in the Wheel of Fortune. Major shifts happening, y'all. Wheel of Fortune is like divine timing. So if we're already sitting in this, we are in divine timing. We are in that process of transition. The new is already coming to pass. Like it's already there. And we're already sitting in that space. So again, that message I was coming through about the Queen of Swords, intuition, the spirits, your own spirit speaking to you is clear because of this alignment that's already present. So you don't have to worry about whether or not you're in general doing what you're supposed to do, or if you're where you're supposed to be. Like, yes, you are. Now, I absolutely love that the Empress is here in the environment, because this is abundance, this is respect, this is boundaries, this is self-love and self-esteem, this is beauty, this is joy, this is peace. This is actually what's surrounding you. And when I say you, it's, again, people who are watching this. This message is for people who are watching this. Oh, actually, no, it is for soul family. So I'm being corrected, because what I was being told earlier was that mother is there. I just didn't say it, but like mother in all mother's form is present. So regardless of your situation, where you are in the world or what have you, like this is in the environment. So there's that. And these changes are actually going to be happening relatively quickly. We have the Eight of Wands here. This is fast moving changes. So yeah, we're in that period right now. This in particular, well, I want to say this month, but possibly over 8 weeks. That may be the length of time to like complete the transition and be fully grounded in the new, whatever that's going to be. This Princess of Pentacles is reinforcing that message about self-protection. When you're in the midst of big changes, big transitions, whether you feel disempowered or empowered is irrelevant, but when you're in the midst of transition, it's important to keep yourself protected. And protected from the crown of the head all the way down. So again, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. Do what needs to be done for protection. Now, protection is not just in the context of defense, if you will. It is also proactive action that keeps you in a place of strength and empowerment. So whatever those things are, or whatever those best practices are for you that keep you on top of your game, getting good night's sleep, staying hydrated, exercising, journaling, like engaging in creative play, spending time with a significant other, whatever that is, working with your ancestors, of course, the rest of your spiritual team, like that is important. That is very important. And you already know how to do it, so it's not necessarily that you have to like pick up new things. It's just, again, lean on your best practices already that you already have in place, and that's also part of your protection. Now, another message that's coming through with this is that part of the reason why we have to engage in this Sun card energy as this Nine of Swords pops up is that, and this is going to be true for any of you who've done any type of like significant healing work, you know that when you start turning a corner, when you start, getting free, so to speak, that's when you start getting pushed back. That's when there's like attacks that come up, whether that again is like mental stuff that pops up, belief systems that pops up. It could be people, places, and things that pop up that might make you, if you didn't know better, second guess yourself. Could be emotions that pop up. Last week, the first Oracle talks I did was about dealing with disappointment, right? Like it could be that stuff that's popping up. So yeah, it just depends. It really just depends. But the Sun energy there, or embodying that empowered, blessed, protective space, when that comes up, is there to neutralize it and to choose something different. And we're all fully empowered to do so. It's not even a situation where it's honestly going to be holding us back. This really feels like it's about our agency and our sovereignty and what we choose to experience. That makes sense. Welcome to new folks coming in. Let us know where you are joining from. Say hi. So stay on guard. Things are changing quickly. And they're changing quickly in the spirit as well. And that means things in the physical are changing quickly. Whatever is in the works that might be the last amount of like shifts and changes that you're looking at right now, they've been in the works possibly for the last 4 to 6 months. So there's not really anything like new that's actually being addressed at the moment. So there's no surprise energy with the things that are being talked about, the things that, we're already familiar with. Okay, I'm going to give some quick guidance for light workers. For those of you that are way showers, You in particular have to be mindful of the power of your thoughts. So really watching the negative thoughts, as well as spiritual warfare. So this is going to be dark force energies that are opportunistic in nature. And it's going to be more so related to like keeping your field clean as opposed to external work, it feels like. So lean on your team for additional support. Like let protection be collective effort. Because you're good at doing things on your own, but for this stuff, work in partnership with members of your team. And that will give a broader range of protection. Which might be as simple as like letting the field of protection be a lot larger, because maybe it's just like too close and it's allowed to perturb your field a bit too much. So if that resonates, take that. For those who are more like the healers, your work actually feels more service oriented. So in your healing work with others, recognize that you are actually going to be like your ability to help clear darker energies. And when I say darker energies, I don't mean emotions like anger and sadness and all. Like those are beneficial energies for us. Like we're supposed to have those emotions. But in your healing work, whatever your modalities are, however you do healing work, your ability and capacity to be able to clear, remove, neutralize certain things are related to the vibrational frequency that you are working with and working from. Another way to say that is you can't solve the problem at the level of the problem, right? Welcome. I love how you came in like right when I said you can't solve the problem at the level of the problem. The timing. I don't know what that's related to, but if it speaks to you, receive it. But yeah, so keep that in mind, healers. If you're being called to do a lot of healing work right now, you can't be in the same space as the thing that you're trying to heal, right? So if you're working on somebody who's undergoing like a lot of turmoil or like whatever you might be trying to clear, like you just gotta, you just have to remember that you have to come from above vibrationally, dimensionally to remove, not at the same level. If you want to actually be successful and if you don't want to actually like murder yourself in the process. So there's that. And your support a lot is going to come with nature, in particular tree energy. Might be strong for you right now as well and helpful for restorative and regenerative process, or helping you to attune to a consciousness and dimensional frequency that's higher to deal with certain things. It may also just be a matter of wisdom being relayed to you to help. And then for The folks who do transforming work, death work, phoenix work. Y'all should feel pretty powerful right now. The thing is, one, don't try to replace mother, because mother is the one that actually does that process, not you. You are a witness and container holder for it. Yeah. Yeah. So that's for one group, and then also for possibly the same group and or a different group. The effectiveness of being able to do that kind of phoenix work, if you will, relates to your capacity and ability to take the process all the way to the spark of light, the will of the soul that comes through, however you want to look at it. That's the spark that ignites the flame for that phoenix process to happen. Another way to look at that is like, there has to be a clear understanding of what is next, what's on the other side, what the transformation is going to yield, right? Because transformation without a goal is just death. Which means there actually has to be hope and a vision for something else. Not just, I want to get rid of this thing. The reads today. Hopefully this is resonating. I saw a fire, so I'm sure this is resonating. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. For visionary folks, so this is not necessarily like light worker specific. Right now you might be in a situation where you are looking for community, looking for partnership, looking for so regardless of whether this is like platonic, romantic, or business, and business can be like work, job, or you running your own business or a nonprofit, so whatever it is, you and other. The things that your spirit is unsettled about are pointing you to deeper clarity that's available for you to have. So if you find yourself doing a lot of this Nine of Swords about the potential, I want to become a light worker, come through for the Light Worker Incubator. I'll be opening up enrollments over the summer. I'm doing the current cohort right now, but the next cohort will open up in over the summertime. So stay connected, sign up for my newsletter if you're not already signed up, so you get the notification of that. Of course, I'll announce it here as well, but yeah, that'd be the thing. So yeah, with other, if you've been doing a lot of the negative part of Nine of Swords, which is like, you know, having a sense that like there's not a lot of clarity in the other about what they want to do, what they're doing, etc. Yes, of course, listen to that frustration, because it's insight into what is most likely happening with the other, but that's a surface level engagement with that communication that's happening from your own soul. To go deeper with this, what it's pointing you to is, especially right now, since we're dealing with this, these archetypes of Libra versus Aries right now for the nodes. Libra, of course, is contracts, relationships with others. I know I harp on a lot about the why, right? Why are you launching this business? Like, what is the call? What is the vision? What is the purpose for the relationship, etc.? Like, I harp on it because a lot of people don't actually do that. So that is important as well. But additionally, especially since we're in this threshold of like establishing the new, it's not just the why, but it's also where. Where are you as other going with your why? Right? So your why is going to be looking at your values and principles, or the values and principles that the other has, whatever other is. So you got to get clear about that for you. And other person needs to get clear about that as well. And they may or may not be clear, or they may talk a good game, but if you kind of watch them or like check in, especially with as much charged stuff is happening in the world right now, you can see that, oh, they're going to move a certain way because they're really not about that life. For real, right? Like, it just, you know, welcome to folks coming in. It's lovely to see you. Let me wave hi. So that's their values and principles. Then you have the where. Where are you going? Like, what's point B? Where are you going? What's the long-term goal over the next 8 to 10 years? What do you actually want? Like, specifically, not generally. Like, what are you actually wanting to create? Visionary work is creative work, meaning something actually has to be birthed out of it. And I'm not saying necessarily like a one-time thing. It can be something that sustains over the long term, but it's, again, a step to move towards. That's what provides direction for the fire, right? That's what turns fire into, or light into, a laser. It's focused in a certain direction. And if we're looking for something that is like going to be more involved, or require more of us and our resources, time, etc., energy, we need to know where we're going, because the thing that is in place now compared to what was before is we understand the power of our agreements. We're now coming into agreements with a lot more conscientiousness. It's not to say that agreements that are already in place are bad, they need to be removed. But these considerations for that visionary work of creating the new have to be there. If you are bringing something new in, if you're wanting to shift and change, inevitably you're going to come up against what is the why and what is the where. Why are we here? Why were we called? What's the assignment? Right? And where are we going? What's the outcome? And if you're not on the same page, it's not that it can't work with other, it just gives you a sense of how long potentially that will last. Now, depending on what it is that you might even be considering at this point, like it might actually be a big deal. You might not be willing to connect or contract with folks that you're only connected with on the why loosely, but there's not a similar where, right? Or you may, depending on, again, where you are and what you're actually willing to get involved with. Whereas before, in the previous stage of life, we may have been operating more in that space of like, this maybe meets only one or none, but it gets a certain kind of need met and I can rock with it until later. So it kind of like is a placeholder. We give thanks for placeholders because we live in the physical and we can't get what we want instantly, right? Like things take time. There's a lot of moving pieces. Free will is in play. So the things that we want aren't necessarily going to be like there around the corner. But we're at a different place now. So that's important for visionaries to look at. Now for the builders, this terminology is going to be most resonant for folks who've gone through Sovereign, which is my entrepreneurship program. For the builders, places where flat out abundance is present and available. Places where things seem to be breaking down, etc., are places where you've kind of gone off track with whatever other is by trying to add on new things and experiment. And, that's fine. We need to do that. But this is a time of auditing and of assessing, and in particular of doubling down on that which is already successful and not trying to make every single component work, especially if it's newer. Really doubling down on what actually is core and true, already successful, and leading with that first. And then really being honest if there's actually additional energy and capacity available for something else to be added on. And most likely it's going to be a no if you're really checking in with your spirit. So that stress and anxiety that might be popping up or whatever, or again, wherever things are not growing the way you would like, or the return on investment, person, place, or thing, it's stuff that needs to get pruned. And then for the other transformer folks, that looks like there's something that you actually have to let go completely of. Yeah, it feels like it's on your side. Like there's something that's actually on your side that's hindering, that is going to keep you from being able to keep up with things in the new. This could be something as simple, if we're talking about work or business or whatever, like getting rid of some old like processes or even technology and upgrading. Like if you're still one of those people who's like just stuck to paper stuff and just like not staying on top of like just even some of the basics, like, yeah, it's gotta go, right? Whatever it is gonna be. So yeah, okay, so that's that message. Any questions about this? A lot just came through, but any questions about this? And then I'm actually gonna do a quick message from that Water Dragon Energy. Welcome to folks who just joined. Good to see you. I know it's late for an Oracle Talks, but this is where we are. I really was trying to have this be short, and it just never happens. All right. Any questions about what just came through? No questions? All right, so closing guidance, stay listening to your soul. Soul sovereignty always in always. All right, so with this water dragonish energy that's coming through, it was actually kind of coming through as I was sitting with it more today. Like water dragon / seahorse, like something kind of in between those. And for clarification, it's not a planet Earth based water dragon. It's actually like dragon / seahorse. It's actually made of water. But what it looks like as well is it's water, but it's light. So it's kind of like, you know, that visual you have probably like seen, whether at an aquarium or like on a TV show or movie or whatever, and you're underwater and it's like, you know, clear seawater or ocean water, and the like bright sunlight is coming down through the surface, and how the water looks like at that interface of the surface, like that's actually what it's looking like, to me at least, and how it's the visual. So let's see what messages want to come through. Okay. So I got the Devil card with the Sun card on the bottom. That's an interesting combination. Oh, okay. So yes, I forgot. I mentioned this in the incubator session this morning, but I haven't updated y'all. So the dragon energy is related to, or this dragon / seahorse energy is related to the message, I believe, that was coming through in the Pisces season Oracle Talks I did on YouTube last week, about like the new Maya that's in place. And I'm using that language, Maya versus world, because for me the world is like this time space of our 3D reality. So new world stuff for me is you know, things related to new systems, new businesses, new, like those types of things that are mundane, if you will, but like related to like our physical livingness. So the Maya energy is more so that realm of the soul. So yeah, the non-physical realms, but it's specifically related to yeah, that time space for the construction of the world of the soul itself. So it's because everything in the non-physical informs the physical, like obviously it affects also the new world. But a lot of these transformations and shifts that are happening are also at the soul level. So the devil card in particular, getting out of the binary of Christianity, refers to the actual terminology that gets used in the spiritual community is like the matrix, but it's, you know, the time space container in which you know, we experience form, both in the non-physical and the physical, because there's all those different experiences. So there is a new Maya that necessarily obviously needs to be there because there's new world that is already in place. And so that is, it's in place because even though there are folks who are experiencing or kind of waking up to that now, doesn't mean that folks haven't already opened up to that or woken up to it. Also doesn't mean that people who aren't awake to it now won't wake to it later. So like everybody wakes to it when they wake to it, so it's there. That makes sense. Like it's yeah. So the new Maya is present, and shifts and adjustments are happening and being made available literally at the soul level in terms of a new construction of soul, right? And that can happen within within an incarnation for sure. People can do that on an individual level, but this is actually happening collectively. Now, the fact that we've had the sun energy come up twice now is again really giving importance to the agency and the power and the intentionality of letting our true essence, our core star, lead the way in developing and crafting and working with this new potentiality of the Maya. The Maya basically represents the new, or the potentialities, the possibilities, options, obstacles, opportunities, all of those things, all that's available. And those are known by whatever the container is, the matrix is, right? In order to know a space, the space actually has to be enclosed. In order to know or have an experience of I am, other has to be present, right? So even the presence of other introduces another dimension, or actually more dimensions, because it's like you, other, the space in between you and other, and the space containing all of that, right? So there's a multiplicity that shows up with that. So again, a new Maya that is coming online in our awareness and that our souls are recalibrating to on the direction of our core star essence, our inner sun. Let me see if there's anything else around that. Any questions on this? Let's see, so just for principles and aspects. Okay, so this is for all souls, not just human. So it's a big shift, a big change that's happening. No questions? Okay. Everybody's already in know, so I'm glad this is just confirmation. Glad this is confirmation. So sometimes if you are feeling like you need additional support or guidance or groundedness with a wise one, a wise energy, wise being, it's those energies those consciousnesses, those spirits, those essences that have been around for a long time. For example, like certain types of trees have been here for like millions of years, right? Welcome. And so they have experienced and gone through all the different levels of Maya and also seen that and experienced that and watched that for all others as well. So yeah, that's there. Hello, welcome. But I think that is it. I don't see any questions, so we're wrapping up now. Anything? Well, actually, are we done with this message then? Yeah, we're done. We are done. All right. Cool. So that is the message for today. Hope everybody enjoyed that. Have a happy new moon. If you want to read more about the astrology for this moon, again, check out the astrology report on my website on the blog page. You'll find the March 2024 astrology report there. Come through and join Covenant, which is a new monthly membership for Anderson Alchemy. We have, I believe, some journal prompts being dropped from Atia on like Sunday, if I remember correctly. So looking forward to those. I finally had a chance to watch Portia's sermon, and it was really good. Her sermon was titled "A Devotion Towards Discernment." So the recording for that is up and available, so you can check that. But you can join at any time for the membership. It just stays open. So go to the link in my bio to learn more and sign up. Next week, actually, in there, I will be doing next Saturday after the incubator session. I'll be doing a live meditation in preparation for the eclipse season. And then the week after that, I will be doing a specialty channeling for the eclipse season. So I expect that to be yummy, and all that will always be recorded if you can't ever make it live and it stays in the space. So that's good. But beyond that, there's nothing else really coming up. If you want to book a session with me, of course, you can do that on my website, andersonalchemy.com. Again, link in bio, or check the description if you're watching this on YouTube. But yeah, other than that, that's it. Again, Lightworker Incubator won't open up for enrollment until summer. So, you have some time to sit with that, but you can read about it on the website. You can just click on the tab that says group programs and you'll see it there. So yeah, but I think that is it. So if there's nothing else, if nobody has any questions, I will go ahead and bounce, and God willing, I'll see you next week. I don't know, since I'm doing the meditation next week, if I'll be called to do a Oracle Talks, but if I do, it most likely will be in the week, but we'll have to see. Because I also don't know when my cycle is starting, so priorities of my self-care. I love y'all, but All right, y'all. Love you. Please share this, of course, with folks who you feel might resonate with it. Spread the love. And yeah, if you're not already following me, go ahead and follow. Love you. Bye.